I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for FinextraTV at Cyboss in London, and I'm talking to Albert Maasland of Crown Agents Bank. Hello, Albert.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good to be at Cyboss.
Indeed. It's a big event this time.
It is, it really is. Crown Agents Bank, you operate in many hard-to-reach markets where many others don't. Why is that?
So we have a long history going back almost 200 years in operating in developing markets all over the globe. So our history is why we understand these markets. We, in fact, have helped establish many of the central banks in many of the jurisdictions we operate, and we today manage reserves for many central banks, act as a payment bank for many of the central banks, and we have a long history of capacity building in what are often termed fragile or low-income markets. So we have it's part of our DNA.
What would you say are the challenges of moving money in these markets?
There are a lot of challenges. Many of the markets we deal in are either very small, or they have challenges that could relate to capacity, challenges around capacity. There are often relatively few banks active in the markets. The currencies are very illiquid. So there are a myriad of challenges. AML and AFC are key issues, and we spend a lot of time actually working with many of the supervisory teams, bank supervisory teams, to support the development of strong compliance capabilities within the domestic or the indigenous banks in many of these markets. So we have a real historic connection and knowledge of each of the different markets that we serve.
And why do you find clients prefer to partner with small banks, say, opposed to larger players? Why is that?
Well, so our business is very specialist. We have a very narrow set of activities. We're basically a payment bank, and a payment and FX bank who move money into these jurisdictions, and we help move money out very selectively. The reason people work with us is effectively this is what we do. It is all we do. And as a specialist, even much larger organizations actually use us because of our niche expertise.
And of course, with the adoption of Fintech in so many emerging markets, how do you see this changing the way you move money?
Well, so we recently acquired a Fintech called Segovia. And Segovia have built connectivity into mobile network operators across Africa. In fact, the fastest growing domestic payment capabilities across Africa is mobile money. So we're building effectively payment rails that allow us to make payments, and a payment anywhere from $1 US equivalent to $10 million equivalent, delivered in local currency where it's supposed to arrive, whether that's on a mobile wallet or being credited to a bank account. So our expertise really is the currency, exchanging the currency at a very competitive rate, and getting the money where it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be, in jurisdictions where often the currencies are simply not traded actively on any international markets. We're very mission driven, so everyone in our organization loves what we do. We think we do it better than anyone else, and we're passionate about reducing the cost and making it more efficient to move money into developing markets around the globe. So it's really what drives us every day.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.